time when we had our holy temple, there were miracles that occurred on a daily basis. The altar, the smoke of the altar went up heavenwards, and the strongest wind could not move it from its straight path. It rains quite heavily in Jerusalem in the winter time, and the heaviest rains never put out the fire of the altar. On Yom Kippur, when throngs of Jews would gather in the temple courtyard, and there would be no room to move, and when it was time to bow down, all of a sudden there was space. As the walls expanded, there was room for everyone. Miracles upon miracles. The Chanukah miracle was also a miracle, but Manishtana, what was so unique about the Chanukah miracle that occurred in a place where miracles occurred constantly, that our sages established a festival, a celebration of Chanukah on a yearly basis? Shlomo Volbe explains that the Chanukah miracle occurred, the finding of the small jar of oil and the burning for 8 days and nights. That was in response to the self-sacrifice of the Maccabees, the Hashmonaim, who led the small numbers of Jewish people against the mightiest army in the world. What had happened was a spiritual depression. Large numbers of Jews had chosen a Hellenistic lifestyle. And when the Greeks, the Syrian Greeks, decreed upon us that we could not follow the Torah, could not circumcise our children, could not eat kosher, so a small group of Jews were ready to risk their lives, to give up their lives, and for the honor of the Torah. And because of that, God brought upon us the miracle of finding the oil and the burning of the oil. So what it symbolizes is a spiritual down, and then with strength, with power, with vitality, with self-sacrifice, pulling ourselves up. So when Chanukah occurs as it is right now, we celebrate, we rejoice, we eat latkes, of course, light the mitzvah of lighting the menorah. But it behooves us to stop and think about spiritual resurgence, finding new strength within ourselves to grow closer to God, to follow His Torah and His teachings even better. Rav Shlomo Volbe points out that at least one time during Chanukah, we must ask ourselves, how can I grow? What can I do to bring myself closer to God? Have a beautiful Chanukah, a joyous Chanukah, and a beautiful Shabbos. And may God bless us, that in the spirit of the Maccabees, that we grow spiritually from strength to strength.